Hey, hey, hey. Welcome in. Come on, come on, come on in. Come on in. Welcome to another edition of Silhouette of a Queen. I am your host and founder, Tiffany Devon, and I am a certified life coach and wardrobe stylist, and I style leaders and influencers in fearless fashions. And so welcome. Y'all know what? Happy New Year. I know we're kind of like let me see, 3 weeks into the new year. So happy New Year 2022. Can y'all believe it? We are in 2022. I told my sister this. I said, every time I look at the calendar and I see the year 2022, it just seems so surreal to me. Don't ask me why. I think because there was a time where we all wondered what the year 2020 would look like. And so we survived 2020, we survived 2021, and now we're in 2022. Hello, somebody. It has been one heck of a roller coaster ride. Like we have been going up and down, twisted turns. Sometimes we feel like we're going back like this, like, we're going backwards now, God. Is that what we're doing? Oh, we're going backwards. Oh, now we're going forward. Oh, and it just feels like this. But how many of you know through the twists and turns that God is taking us somewhere? He is. And we just got to, I think, survive the twists and turns because it just feels like it's all over the place. I don't know about you, but it feels like it's all over the place. And sometimes I just feel like I don't want to do this today. So if this is your first time watching Silhouette of a Queen, I created Silhouette of a Queen in 2020 for women like myself and so many women that I know who sometimes you feel like you're overlooked, you're undervalued, and I wanted to speak to those women because I was that woman. I understood what it felt like to feel like you were overlooked. And so I am creating content for you, with you in mind, to keep you amped up, to keep you excited, no matter what life circumstances you find yourself in. It is not the end, it is just the beginning. And some of us have gone through so much. Sometimes it's hard to hold on and keep your faith and believe and keep pushing. But I just know that God has something so amazing for you if you just stick it out. And so, for you, if you've been rocking with me for any length of time and you're watching and you're sharing and you're telling your friends about Silhouette of a Queen, I really, really do appreciate you. So, we're going to get started tonight. Tonight's segment is Live Out Loud. I had been thinking, like, for the last couple of weeks, like I usually pick like what I call a focus word for the year to kind of set my life of what I want to do and what I want to focus on. And so I had made a post on social media asking other people, like, what is your focus word? A lot of people were saying intentional, freedom, those kinds of words. And I think that is so great to govern and live your life based on a focus word because I just believe in the power of manifestation. Like whatever you believe about yourself, whatever you believe about your life will happen. Excuse me. And I remember one time God just really showing me, like, the life that you're living now, you're living in the life that you prayed for. So keep believing, keep pushing. So this year we're going to live out loud. Last month, I talked about taking up space, and I'm going to kind of extend a little bit off of taking up space because in that particular segment, I dove into what it was like for women from past generations till now. Like, we are really living in such a great time to be a woman because we are breaking all kinds of molds. We're breaking out of cultural and societal and religious norms and things that told us what women could be, what we could do, what we can't do, things that were just very limiting. And so now it's time for us as women to live out loud. You were seeing women of all ages, of all backgrounds, coming forth, holding positions in leadership and breaking out, like I said, breaking the mold and stepping into arenas that women weren't always welcome into. So it's our time. Excuse me. It is really our time. And so I just really want to talk about that. So let's kind of break down this definition of live out loud. So what it says here is living your life with sass, spice, and flair, or genuinely open and trustworthy. It is the practice of being yourself, regardless of others' opinions. And when I was reading and just kind of just diving into this message tonight, I started really recognizing that it always seems like the loud people are getting louder. And it can almost seem like the people that God is selecting to amp up our voice. What kind of came to mind is I want you to picture this for a moment. So let's think of a party that's going on in a loud room, right? And everyone's dancing and having a good time. And all of a sudden, you notice a mouse runs across the floor. Now, the mouse did not make a noise, but because he was so quiet and he just tiptoed across the room, you noticed him. Did he make a noise? Now, some will probably argue and say, no, he didn't because you didn't hear him, but he did actually because he got your attention. And that's how we're getting ready to live our lives. We're getting ready to get the attention of others because we are so opposite of what's going on out here in the world. Everybody has a mic. I have a mic. I'm talking tonight. Well, you don't see physically a mic, but I have a mic as far as I have a voice. So I'm speaking. So everyone has a voice. Everyone has a mic. Anyone can press record on their phone, on their laptop, on their smartphone, on their tablet, and can get on the internet and say whatever, because everyone has a mic. But not everyone is called to put something into the atmosphere that can bring solutions, can bring healing, can bring insight, revelation, those types of things. So not ever should we ever feel like our voice is being drowned out, although sometimes it can feel like that, because the model and the mold that has been set before us was to, if you wanted to be seen, if you wanted to be heard, you had to be the loudest person in the room. And people would always say, speak up, like, ah. But sometimes, like I said, it is not always the loudest person in the room that has the most clout, that has the most influence. It's typically the person who is the most quietest in the room, because people want to say, I wonder what they're thinking. And you will be surprised and shocked to know that some of your most quietest people actually are packing with the most wisdom. So if that's you, this is why it's time for you to live out loud. I wanted to talk about how we can begin to live out loud by just first starting with ourselves and really recognizing what are some areas in our lives where we have been, maybe it's shy, maybe it's apprehensive to really come forth and step forth and say what it is that you want to say, what is it that you really want to do, because sometimes we can let our age kind of hinder us from actually moving forward and making the kind of moves that we want to make. So I want to talk about taking risks, right? One of the things that kind of came to me today as I was thinking, because I knew I was going to be talking about this tonight, was not comparing myself to other people. And it goes back to what I just mentioned a moment ago, like there's a certain standard and there is a certain mold of what maybe a woman looks like, or how a woman moves, or how a woman acts, or how a woman leads, and things like that. And I found myself comparing myself because I noticed that there are people around me that tend to move the same way. And I recognized that I don't move like that. So I started second guessing myself and saying, well, maybe I need to amp it up in this area, and maybe I need to be more like this and be like this. And I found myself saying, like, no, you be who God has created you to be. You stand in that and you own it. You don't have to acquiesce and move the way that somebody else is moving because that may be the norm and that's what's accepted. You were created and put in a space to show how you can do something different, that it can be just as good. So breaking the mold for me looks very different, and it will look different even for yourself. So when people see me today, right, they see the glam side, right? But there was a time where I didn't always dress like this. I dressed according to my confidence at the time. So there was a time in my life where I wouldn't even have worn just even this because, certain clothes, certain colors call for more attention. And when you're just kind of like, you don't really want to be seen, you can do a great job of hiding. And so that's what I did. So even for me, let's even go back to like the last couple of years, right? So for the last couple of years, I have been wearing my hair kind of shaved on the side with two lines. Now there was a point in time where I would have never done that. That just would have been just too bold, too edgy for me. So back in September, I went to my hairstylist. I had did this really cute roller set in my hair, and it was real curly and it was like real full, right? And so I booked up an appointment because I just wanted her to just go in there and just kind of take the sides down a little bit like she had been doing and put the lines in it. Well, this particular time, she combs my hair out, so my hair is like really full and curly, right? And so she starts shaving my hair, and I was like, okay, just I'm sitting there, just letting her do her thing. And then I look in the mirror, and it's all the way like close, like the closest I have ever had my hair cut with the lines in it. And I was like, whoa, like I've never done this before. Like, this is really close. Like, you can see the skin in my hair. You can see the skin. Like, I was like low key freaking out. Like, whoo, okay, all right. And I was like, well, I like this. I'm kind of digging this. And so I told her, I said, you never cut my hair like this, this close, but I could get with this. And I went home and I looked at it and I was just like, I like this. I like this. And so even for myself, that was a huge moment of doing something that I would have never done before and taking risks. And here's the thing, I have to tell myself, because there was a point in time where I wouldn't have taken risks because, to take risks is you don't know what result you're going to get on the other side and how people may receive it. Some people may get with it, some people may not like it. And so the more and more that I started to build my confidence in myself, just even something like shaving my hair, it's like, oh, okay, well, if you don't like it, it'll grow back. It's not a big deal. And so that's how I just started just living my life and just even applying it to other areas. And you will start to see that just the little small things, how they will trickle and flow into other areas of your life. So I started being like, you know what? I got this idea to do something, do this. Man, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know what it is. And then I have to say, Tiff, what do you have to lose? What are you going to get out of this? A result. Okay. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't do it again. And then if you do, maybe you find, that you can tweak something a little bit or whatever, but you're never going to know. So let's live out loud. Let's do this thing. Let's throw things on the wall and see, okay, that stuck. Oh, all right. Let's do that again. Oh, that slid. Oh, maybe I shouldn't try that again. Or maybe I should try it again and throw it a different way. You just start you start getting to the space of allowing God to like really flow through you. Um, God is a spirit. He's moving, he's fluid. Like he really wants to move through our lives, but sometimes he's met with such resistance because we're questioning everything. We can't move with him, and we're blocking him a lot of times from the levels that he wants to take us to. So allow him to move in your life, and a lot of times he'll do that even through people. When we're talking about living out loud, right? So relationships are one of our greatest resources and one of the tools that God uses the most when he wants to shift something in your life. He'll put you around people that'll start sparking things in you, that'll make you go, man, like I just love being around this person. This person is energetic. They make me feel like I could do anything. They make me feel like I can just go and leap through walls, jump a fence. Like I just like being around this person. Notice how you feel when you get around certain people. Do people drain your energy or do they amp you up? Because if they drain your energy, pay attention to that. Like, oh man, you know what? I don't care if you are family. I don't care if you are a coworker. Like, now I have to govern my space. I have to protect my energy at all times. So I'm going to put a boundary in place. I love you, but I'm going to put a boundary in place because I'm trying to live my life and go to the next level. So we always talk about like, let's go into the next level, right? Like, what does that mean? Really mean? What does that look like? All of us have levels. All of us have levels. One thing that God showed me recently, he said to me that I was on the level that I had been praying for. I hadn't even recognized it because sometimes I can be so focused on my next, and then I get the next, and I'm like, I'm focused on the next, that I don't even take the time to recognize that, oh, like, man, you really are walking on the level that you prayed for. And so he said, you are already on this level. Now this is about expansion, because I've been saying this on Silhouette of a Queen for quite some time, that God told me that this is not a new season. We're in a new dimension. And so with that dimension comes expansion. Expansion means just simply becoming more of who you already are. You're coming more into who you are. You're coming into an extension of yourself, that version of yourself that you didn't even know existed. I was watching last night, Bishop Jakes taught a message, and I have to read this because he says, it is in the struggle that you meet yourself. And I was like, oh man, because these last 8-9 months of my life has not been easy at all. It hasn't. And I just been like, what is going on? Like, I'm not feeling this. But one of the things, excuse me, that I can tell you that I'm learning is that I'm meeting a version of myself that I didn't even know was down there in me, that had some of these things that I've been encountering not happen, I wouldn't have met this version of myself that is emerging. So that's why we're talking about dimension and expansion, because I'm becoming more of the Tiffany that I needed to become. And so, such as we're all going through this huge shift, and it's like it's just going like this. Just here's a shift happening, right? And it's irritating, it's aggravating, it's annoying. But we are becoming the version of ourselves that we need to become, like I said. So now that you know this, and I'm even speaking this for myself, because as I'm talking tonight, I'm getting even more clarity and download. But now, as we continue to embrace the things that are uncomfortable, we can start to lean into it and say, all right, God, how would you have me to move in this situation? What would you want me to see in this situation? How would you want me to think in this situation? Because to to continue to stay in the old version of ourselves is not going to work. So I want to say this as well. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got my notes, all of my notes here. So I want you to think about tonight. Think about areas in your life where you're living out loud and where you know it's time to amp up your voice. You know it's time to do something. Recently, I did a closet edit with a client, and one of the things I love when I have clients that reach out to me and they want to do any type of personal wardrobe styling, it's exciting to me because I know this is a woman that is getting ready to change her life. She's getting ready to step out of the box. She's getting ready to be introduced to a version of herself that she's never seen before. Because one of the things that becomes, I call it a Linus blanket. Anybody remember, of course, Charlie Brown? And remember Linus, he used to carry around his blanket everywhere he went. He carried this blanket everywhere he went. It was like maybe like this security thing or something. So, we all can have our Linus blanket. It's that thing. And some of us, we're not telling everybody what it is, but it's that thing that we just hold dear. We carry it with us wherever we go. So I'm saying all of that to say is that when you make a decision to change your hair, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for a woman to change her hair. It's a big deal for a woman to start wearing more color who is typically not used to wearing color. It's a big deal for a woman to wear nails when she doesn't wear nails. Listen, last year, I put these press-on nails. I put on these press-on nails. Like, listen, there are thousands of women that go get their nails done. Like, they put money into getting their nails done. They have standing nail appointments to make sure their nails are done. Me, I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. I just polish my bare nails. Listen. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to get out the box. I'm going to put on these press-on nails. I put on these press-on nails, and man, when I tell you these things rearranged my entire life for a month, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I love them. They were cute. They made your hand look elegant. I love what I needed to make a point because that nail, but I said, no, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. But I'm just saying that was a risk. That was me stepping outside of my box. So where can you step outside of your box? Where can you do it? I want you to really, really think about it. Are you thinking? Are you thinking about it? I know you're thinking about it. I know you know what it is. Listen, the God in you is not going to let you rest. He is not going to let you make it and let you keep being silent in areas of your life where you know you need to amp it up and turn it up. Turn up. It's time to turn up. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume and live our lives out loud. Now, loud does not necessarily mean like you're out there and like, it could be that. It could be. But it could be just simply walking into the room in a different energy and shifting the entire room just with your presence. You can do that. You can do that. It's time to turn up. It's time to turn up. It's time to turn up. And guess what? You won't be by yourself because it's a lot of us that's hearing this internal beat inside of us that is just begging to get out. It's begging to see something different. It's begging to just be more of who we are. And the beautiful thing about it, like I said, God has surrounded you with women who will grab you by your hand and take you on a journey. And listen, I want to shout out my friend tonight, because if you are a woman who is looking for to connect with like-minded women, women who are going to support you, women who are going to get behind you, women who are going to hold you up, hey, women who are going to hold you up, amp you up, push you forward, go follow on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Striving in Sisterhood. My sis friend is leading an entire movement of women. And listen, I used to be the kind of woman that I was very skeptical with groups of women, because I thought women were jealous. I thought women were catty. A lot of women say this. This is not new. A lot of women say this. But when I tell you, she really gathers women who are none of that, none of that. She has information, videos, things on her page that will encourage you to really embrace who you are and to walk into that. So this year in 2022, we're going to live out loud. Okay. And if you follow me and connect with me in February, I'm going to be highlighting women that have lived out loud in their generation, because it's Black History Month. I love Black History Month. I love Black History Month, which is why during the entire month of Black History Month, I'm going to be going live every week. And I'm doing this series called In Light of the Queen. And In Light of the Queen was a series that I created to highlight women in their generation and in their time, women who did great things in the time in which they lived. They marched to the beat of their own drum. I talked about Harriet Tubman. I love Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was a gangster. Harriet Tubman was like, look, she decided she was not going to be a slave anymore. And you know about the Harriet Tubman story, you know that she led that hundreds of slaves to the Underground Railroad and freed them. Okay. And so listen, living out loud. That's what we're doing. Follow the God beat inside of us. Start marching and moving to the beat of your own drum. Watch others get on that same beat with you. Actually, you got a team of people around you. You just got to get moving. You got to get going. So let me know how this message has touched you. Drop some comments in the comments section. Let me know how we're gonna listen. I'm gonna be out here with y'all. I'm gonna be out here with y'all, turning it up. All right. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the notification button so that you know the next time I go live, you get the ping notification on your phone, however you are watching this, so that way that you can stay connected to me and to Silhouette of a Queen and anything that I'm doing. I appreciate you all for watching tonight. I appreciate you all for rocking with me. Again, I am your girl, Tiffany Devon. I am a certified life coach and wardrobe stylist, styling leaders and influencers in Fearless Fashions. And we are going to turn it up and live out loud in 2022 because it's time. Peace.